Oh my, breaking news. People are trying to invade Area 51, and all the commotion is causing a distraction. 3 aliens that have been held captive in Area 51 for many, many years are now plotting to escape. There's 3 specific aliens. Richard, from the planet of Exodar. Norman, who comes from the planet Klaxonar. And Marvin, who comes from the planet Algora. And then our head guards are distracted outside trying to stop all the people who are trying to raid Area 51, leaving William Colby, head guard of the Area 51 Air Force Base, and a few surrounding guards to try and stop these aliens from escaping. Got it there.
Escape Area 51 is a board game that pits one player acting as the guards of Area 51 against 3 other players working together as aliens trying to gather their equipment and escape. Each player will take a turn controlling their respective pieces and the abilities given to those pieces to further their objectives. The aliens must traverse the base and collect a total of 6 equipment cards specified at the start of the game, and the guards must prevent this by capturing all 3 aliens by beating them in opposing dice rolls. The first room we have is the hangar. Here they're trying to find the Hyperdrive X3000. Then we have the equipment room, where the aliens are looking to collect a flight suit. The electrical room, where they're looking to take away the power source for Area 51. The weapons room, where the aliens are looking for munitions and weapons, specifically the laser cannon 740. The dining hall, where they're looking for a care package of food, possibly some drink for their long trip back home. The guard lounge, where they're looking for key cards. And the surveillance room, where they're looking for the footage of their torture and experimentation to take away from the government. And we also have the middle cell. This is where the aliens start the game, and this is where they're confined during the beginning. Cool.
Alright, so the way that you play this game, first you have to know how to set it up. Start with the aliens in the cells, where they're going to start trying to break out. The head guard will always start in the surveillance room. The rest of the remaining lesser guards may start in any of the dining hall, guard lounge, or the experiment room. They can start in any numbers in these rooms. I have chosen here 1 in the experiment room, 1 in the guard lounge, and 2 in the dining hall. There's a little bit of strategy with how you want to start this, but this is just a basic spread. So the way the game is split up is in 2 phases. You have the aliens phase, and you have the guard phase. Naturally, because the aliens are breaking out and surprising the guards, the aliens will go first. The aliens each move by taking a single die and rolling it. Whatever is the number on the die, they can move that many spaces. You cannot move diagonally. You can only move forward, backwards, left, or right. During the aliens phase, the alien can use their active ability, or they can move. In this case, especially on the first one, you just kind of want to move. However, later in the game, you can use active abilities as well as moving. And aliens also have passive abilities that are always going on, and you can read about more of those in each of the aliens' cards. So each alien takes a turn and moves so many pieces. We'll have him go there. Once the alien's turn is done, they're trying to get into each of the rooms. Now it's the guard's turn. Right here, the aliens have made a slight mistake by trying to go towards the rooms with the guards. The only one that kind of makes sense here is this red one here. He's trying to get into the hangar. There's no guards there. It's a smart move. The lesser guards and the head guard can move during the guard phase at any point during their turn. The head guard moves the same way the aliens do, by rolling a single dice and moving that many squares. 2, 3, 4, 5. The lesser guards, however, move a slightly bit different. You roll both dice. In this case, I got a 5. The 5 totals the entire movement for the lesser guards. So for example, this guard could move 1 square out of the experiment room. This guard could move 3 squares out of the guard lounge, and this guard could move 1 square out of the dining hall. That would be it for the lesser guard's turn. The head guard has already gone. He has an ability as well, much like the aliens, and a passive ability. The first couple rounds of the game are just going to be moving around, so there's not much combat. But later in the game, you will have aliens and a guard move right next to each other. This occurs incurs a fight. The way a fight is decided is each team will take a die and roll the die. Let's say this was for the guard, this was for the alien. In this case, the higher number die wins, obviously being the guard, as well as him having a passive ability that gives him an attack bonus, but you can worry about that later. So, whenever a guard wins a fight, an alien is returned to the holding cell, and we'll talk more about what happens with captured aliens later. If an alien wins the fight, the guard is returned to the guard lounge, and they will take a turn waiting and recouping. If there's a tie, say they both get a 4, nothing happens and play resumes as normal. So let's talk about if aliens are captured. If an alien is captured, they have 2 means of escaping. During the alien phase, they can either try and roll doubles, in this case I didn't, so he would be stuck in there. If he did roll doubles, then he could then take those number of dice and move out. Another way an alien can escape is by having another alien on the alien phase entering into the holding cell, into which this alien can now move outside on his turn depending on however much he rolls. Now the game ends when either all of the aliens collect their 6 equipment cards that they need to collect, determined at the beginning of the game in the setup, or all 3 aliens at the same time are in the holding cell. After the aliens have collected their equipment, at least 2 out of 3 of the aliens must reach the surveillance room and escape. If it was supposed to be all 3, then the one that was left would kind of be left at an unfair advantage and they could be swarmed. So only 2 need to get out. And that's the basic gameplay of Escape Area 51.